Hey friends, it's Father Jay. Thanks for joining me today. I know this is maybe the last place you expected to see me on a Tuesday afternoon, but I'm here partially to just talk a little bit more about the technology that we're using now for our live streams and what we're hoping to do. If you have tuned in for the past couple of weeks, you will have noticed that now our uh, broadcast or our live stream has a couple of different aspects to it. It got a little bit echoey there for a minute. I apologize. But we can now offer a couple of different views during our services, either in this wider view that includes more of the members of the altar party, the people who are here offering worship with you and for you on Sunday mornings. And then we have a little bit closer view for whoever is here speaking, giving announcements, or preaching, and that sort of thing. And our hope is not to try to uh, impress you with technology, because this is not that impressive of a service, but more to offer a chance for us to all feel a little bit more connected and a little bit more um, like we're with one another. And to that end, we also, of course, offered a video as a part of the service last week. We had Glinda Davis reading the Old Testament and the epistle lessons. And I would love for you to let me know if you are interested in reading for one of the services, because that is that's one of the things that helps us include more folks, maybe get a little peek into different people's homes and their life at home, and also to remember that we are all called to ministry both in worship and in the world, and that includes uh, being lay readers, that includes different specific parts of roles in the service as well as in the world. So I hope um, that you will join us in actually presenting worship as well as in participating in it, because finding ways to be connected to one another over the next few weeks and over the next few months is probably going to be more important than it has been through this whole pandemic time. We are at a point in this pandemic where we can start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We can start to see hope for what's to come with a vaccine coming out and so forth. But we are not there yet. I did hear in an interview on the radio just this morning Dr. Anthony Fauci saying we will be at a point where the virus will really be contained. We'll really be able to move about in the same way and treat it in the same way that we do polio or some of these other pandemic diseases that we've experienced, when we have 75 to 80%, 75 to 80% of the population vaccinated or having immunity from having experienced the infection. Now, if you consider that we're in the midst of a big push to get 100 million people vaccinated by early March into maybe as late as April, that's an incredible effort and an incredible number, and that's one third of the population, when where we need to be is 3/4 of the population. So it will be a while, and so we will continue to look for ways to be connected like the use of different technologies. We will also use this space, especially on this coming Sunday at 5 p.m., to bring you different kinds of worship opportunities. This Sunday at 5 p.m., we are going to hold our longest night service. That's the service that marks not only the solstice, which takes place on um, December 21st at 5:02 a.m. So I don't plan to be up at 5:02 a.m. on December 21st. So instead, we will gather here at 5 p.m. on uh, December the 20th, on this Sunday. And at that time, then, we will have our service of um, the longest night. And we will use that service as an opportunity to connect with one another in our experience of grief and loss during this pandemic, and our grief and loss in other times that we're reminded of, particularly in a holiday season, and particularly at a time when there's so many messages of joy and wonder, and we might have a hard time processing those because of what we've experienced. So I invite you to join us then. I invite you to join us, of course, on Sundays at 10:30 for our worship, and then on Christmas Eve at 8 p.m., we will have our service of lessons and carols. We'll actually start at 7:45 with prelude, which will include both instrumental and vocal pieces, and should be a really wonderful way to get prepared for the season. And then that will be followed by the service of lessons and carols at 8 p.m. on Christmas Eve. So I hope you will join us for those services, and I hope that you will find ways in the meantime to enjoy the moments of sunshine and the brief windows of warmth that we get in these days. And look forward to not very long from now when the days will start growing longer again, the light will begin to return. And until those times, and until we are together again, may God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and give you peace, both now and in the days to come. Amen.